square in the back. I'll start somewhere in the front. So you, sir, in the white shirt.
Thank you. Mike.
Okay, you've repeatedly used examples of Makhmad and related words in the Hebrew Bible as examples of prophecy of Mohammed. Ezekiel 24:21, I'll just read the verse briefly. Save the people of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I'm about to desecrate my sanctuary, the stronghold in which you take pride, the delight, Makhmad, of your eyes. I'm about to desecrate the Makhmad of your eyes. Why is this verse not a prophecy of God desecrating or destroying Muhammad, if the other verses which use the term Makhmad or a variant of it are prophecies of Muhammad's coming?
Okay, the first point is my position's being misrepresented as if I based the whole thing on a single word. I showed the whole context is about the prophet like Moses. Number two, if you're not in tune with Semitic languages, names have meanings. For example, Ishmael's name's given, and there's puns on his name all over Genesis, and same thing with Isaac. Now, Himda is used for people, and it's also used for objects because it has a meaning in Hebrew, desire. So you refer to Ezekiel, I believe, chapter 24. That's speaking about it just as a word, describing the gold in the temple, whereas in Song of Solomon is speaking about a person. Just like Himda is used in places for objects, Himda is also given as a name, a title for Daniel in Daniel chapter 9, for example, which Rabbi Abrahamson, by the way, mentions that Ishhamodat is the same as Muhammad, by the way. And was that your only question? Yeah, so Song of Solomon, it gives his description, his mission, the time he will appear, time of exile. By the way, I want to get to this misrepresentation. Dr. Brown's mispronouncing the word, which is what the Quran says, Surah 3, Ayah 78. It's not Makhmad. Could you play the audio, please?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've got more audios. I've got about 4. Play the other one as well. Surah 3, Ayah 78 says they twist the scripture with their tongue. That's what you're doing with his name right now, unless I pay these Jews. Because that's what one Christian apologist once said to me. The Muslims must have paid the rabbi. That's why I brought 4 this time. And the voweling's there, by the way. So please at least pronounce the word properly. Otherwise, you're just proving to us that this is the length you have to go through to deny him. Simple.
Okay. Thank you.
Boom! My friend just shot himself in the foot big time. So it is popular pronunciation when you have a doubled chet, which is a rare form that you say Mahmadin rather than Mohammadin. But if you want to emphasize, fine, there is in the very pronunciation there is a double chet, right? In the name Muhammad, single. In Makhmad, there is a single mem. In the name Muhammad, it's a double mem. So boom, the whole thing just blows up right there. And Song of Songs 5 is not talking about a prophecy of the exile. It's talking about lovers at that time, and then you can spiritually apply it to God and Israel, Jesus, and the church, if you like. But of course, your point about Ezekiel 24, I mentioned that as well. If you want to say Makhmad refers to Muhammad, then you've got to be consistent. So again, you read Song of Solomon 12,000 times alone in Hebrew, alone with God, and you'll never find Muhammad in it at one time unless somebody breathes him in, changes the language, changes the words, changes the vocalization, changes everything. And Muhammad violates Hebrew grammar, phonetics, morphology. You cannot find me a single parallel in the entire Hebrew Bible of that phonology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that.